Hello. Today I am doing a natal chart for Senator Ted Cruz, who has been a senator since 2013. He's a Harvard Law graduate. He was born in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, on December 22nd, 1970, and I use a birth time of 1 a.m. As that seems to be the agreed upon time amongst astrologers as maybe the best time for his birthday. I use Vedic sidereal equal and a bit of a hybrid. And what I am looking for in this reading is a couple of different details. As we've had the attempted coup of the United States of America, through natal chart event understanding, my attempt is to understand what part did various people play in the planning and development of this coup. And I find that Ted Cruz has some interesting pointers, and they are as follows. He has Moon square Mercury. He has difficulty expressing his emotions. Tradition is not high on his list. Anything but tradition for him, okay? He has Mercury square Uranus. He's very conservative. He's radical, and he breaks with tradition, okay? And he's moody, all right? He has Venus conjunct Mars. He values the drama. He values the drama with gusto, okay? He has an appetite for it. He wants it. He likes action. And quite frankly, that has some other implications as well. And I think that partially what we have here is we have a lot of politicians who have secrets that are owned at the very top levels, and perhaps not even by this country. And I duly note that Ted Cruz is not born in this country and may not have our country's best interests at heart. So something to keep in the back of your mind, okay? And then he has Venus opposition Saturn in the 9th house. Not a rule follower. He conflicts with authority. Does not care for the law, will challenge at almost every point and confront, and it's inevitable. Now, how that factors in is kind of interesting. I'm going to keep going because I can't make up this guy's chart. It is what it is. Okay, then he has a Mars opposition Saturn. He has a strong drive, not coachable. If you have raised children, and you get a child, and I've had that child, that for the most part, you cannot expect them to follow the coach's rules, and therefore they're going to struggle a lot more to realize the facts. It is a particular energy, and he is actually still, like a young person, will not accept other people's good advice. He avoids responsibility. He shirks paying his dues. He neglects and ignores his responsibilities, okay? Then he has Jupiter conjunct Neptune. Dreams and reality tend to merge. So in other words, if he starts to dream of something, he thinks it's a good idea, he might not have the ability to discern that it's not such a good idea, okay? Which is going to lead him to some things. He wants to preserve his status quo right now. What's interesting is that he's got a lot of mutable planets, and he's not got very much fixed, which makes him not stable, okay? Mutable is a type of planet configuration where instead of it being a cardinal, it throws a flame, excuse me, now I get my tongue to work. It throws a flame, and it throws it in a specific direction in a specific way. It is very managed, okay? A fixed planet is going to be kind of your stability. How set are you? How stable are you? That's where he lacks. And the stars say he's not exactly stable. And what he has in abundance is mutable, where he's throwing his flames here, and he's throwing his flames there, and he's throwing his flames wherever, okay? And that's what we're experiencing right now. And kind of what my thought is, and I don't know why I'm thinking this, but I'm going to share it because I am an empath and I'm intuitive. And there could be something here, and it might just be a whole bunch of who. But when he was discussing the objection, I briefly watched like a 3-minute clip of that. And I don't know why, but it picked me that he had been the head of the planning of this. This is his baby, okay? Now, I don't know that for a fact, but it just kind of struck me. And then last night, Denise Siegel, thank you, Denise Siegel, did a brief overview of Ted Cruz's natal chart from a Western astrology perspective. And again, it struck me. I could see it in his chart that this guy is, he's sabotaging the United States of America. He's standing there smiling in our face and got a knife in our back. So I'm kind of looking out ahead for some of what might be coming. On February 3rd, 2021, I've got Jupiter square Mars to expand the problem. And I refer to it as oops, trouble, okay? I'm thinking by February, we're going to start looking at perhaps legal charges. You know, I don't know this. By March the 2nd, he's got Jupiter square Saturn. And at that point, he's negotiating. He is trying to, he's in a fight for his life. And then by April 18th, he's got Jupiter square Jupiter. That's it. I think by the 18th of April 2021, we are going to have a fairly clear idea of exactly who Ted Cruz is and what his part in this coup attempt was. At any rate, the question is today, I'm going to ask the cards, and we're going to look at his natal chart patterning to determine what we see and know. Was Ted Cruz ahead of this coup attempt? I think we all know, and I'm sad to say that 45 is suffering from mental health issues. So how available would he be, honestly, to plan and deliberately make available a coup? I don't think it's him. I think that he is just the lucky receptacle. But the question is, why are these people so desperate to overthrow the United States government? That is what I really want to know. Why are they so desperate? So that is my question for Ted Cruz. Why are you so desperate to overthrow the U.S. government? And here is his chart. Again, I'm using Vedic sidereal, and let me get this, the legend and all of that in there so you can see it. So in case some of you are astrology or students and want more information, and I'm going to go ahead and put the laptop down and begin. Okay, here we go. I've got the Spellcaster deck. I'll draw 12 cards for the Terrascope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so we'll cut the cards. Oops, Throwing them around, folks. Throwing them around. We'll cut them 3 times. The deck 3 times. And we're just going to simply look at his natal pattern, and I think he might be the planner. I mean, he's a Harvard graduate, very intelligent man, really using his skills in some very unintegrated ways, some quite projectile ways. Okay, and our foundation of the reading, and boy, does that ever fit that guy, the 4 of Pentacles. He's looking for us to be out in the cold, you know, and for him, it's about money. But Mike, you know, I really wonder, what does this administration that currently is in place have on this guy? I mean, what does it have on a lot of these people? It is bizarre. No matter what, it's bizarre. Okay, so we're using Spellcaster deck. Let's see if I can get this underneath here so I got room to make my moves. Okay. And we'll turn this over so we can see our foundation. Okay, so starts out. He's got Pluto and Virgo, and I saw that with Pence yesterday when I did his, that he has something so similar that it kind of creeped me out. He's aggressive, he's unconventional, in the house of soul. And he's got Uranus in Virgo conjunct Moon in the 2nd house in Virgo. He relates, how he relates to being alive is through his work. He considers himself candid, he's unconventional, and he gets the Queen of Swords. And my question really was he a part of the planning process for this? Because I really don't believe that, one, Trump is capable at this time, given the way we've seen his behavior be pathologically. He doesn't seem to be able to get past his own very primary needs. I mean, he's still kind of an infant, in a way, demanding his mother change his diapers. So, you know, I think that this isn't somebody who's spending a lot of time thinking in terms of highly thought out ways. So I don't think that would be Trump. But however, this guy here gets the Queen of Wands right off the bat, and basically Pluto in Virgo, he's going to be, you know, in the unconscious, he's going to be about the details, okay? And then that conjunction Uranus Moon in Virgo, again, and that's related to the house of career. He's been for a while working on the details. And I'm finding myself, and much like Denise Siegel yesterday, I am feeling kind of mad. I mean, I want to use some foul language here. I mean, this guy has really done us dirty. I mean, to be holding us up for an additional number of hours on the reading of a formal reading. The guy went to Harvard Law School. Does he really think we're buying this level of theater stupidity? I mean, oh my God, really? Surprise, surprise, dude, not happening, okay? And we get in the 2nd house of objects, that's ruled by Taurus, okay? Or ruled by Venus, you know. How our objects, he has Moon in Virgo. Kind of how he sees love is through objects, okay? He's very, let's say, he's very oriented towards material items. He's oriented towards, and it might be that somebody owns him. Let's just put it that way. And he has some things in his chart that would suggest that perhaps he's participated in things he shouldn't have, and maybe people know about it and they're using those things against him. So all of that would be in this 1st and 2nd house information. All of that would be truthful in this reading at this time. Okay, and he gets Mars in Libra. Okay, he wants aggression where we want fairness. Okay, he has some different ideas, and he wants financial where we need food. Okay, what he thinks and how he goes about it in the 2nd house, he gets the Seven of Wands. Okay. He's divisionary. He, everything about his chart, it's a repetitive thing that he doesn't think in the box. He doesn't go with authority. He paves his own way. And a 7 is going to be something of, at the top, it's where the activity is, but keep in mind, the 7 is at that thing goes across the top, and then there's that long pull down, and it's like you buy into it and you slide down the pole and you lose everything you've got. And I find it interesting that when you gamble, they use lucky 7, because who's lucky? Is it them or is it you? And I don't think it's us, okay? In the 3rd house, he gets Venus in Libra, okay? He wants things to, he tells us, he uses words in the house of information ruled by Mercury. He tells us, I want things to look fair, so I determine what that is, okay? And it goes on in the 3rd house of information, that is where he looks to expand his story. That's where he's got Jupiter in Scorpio, okay? Where he is looking to take us on a Plutonian journey, okay? And he also has Neptune. He is looking in Scorpio, in the house of information ruled by Mercury. He is looking for us to have death in the government. Yes, I think he might be ahead of this particular sedition. And he very well may go to prison for it, and should. And he's not concerned with the facts. And that's kind of a sad, he's looking to create disinformation, doesn't care about the facts. The more he can do to disrupt the facts, the more successful he feels. So yeah, this guy is dark. I mean, oh my goodness, he's dark. And to think he thinks he's going to run for president in 2024. My God, what a guy. Okay, and then in the 4th house of roots, okay, his history, his private, his nostalgia. He gets Sun in Sagittarius, where he fervently believes in what he's doing, whether it's right, wrong, or otherwise. He doesn't care. To him, this is love. He's committing a loving act upon the people to take away our government, okay? And I would say that borders on some crazy. And he's got Mercury in Saturn, where, he in the house of roots. He's deeply entrenched in this, and he gets the 9 of Swords. Everything about this reading is saying that, yes, he has been working this for a good while. This isn't brand new. We've been hearing this. They've thought about this in great detail. Who to bring in, which groups? Like, do we bring in law enforcement? Do we bring in lawyers? Which groups do we bring in? Well, they tended to bring in those Plutonian groups, those areas of career that have to do with some of the darker details of our society. Yes, they are using these people. This is 100% psychopathic manipulation, and it is disgusting. In the 5th house, he's harsh. It's about the drama. And yes, he's looking to create disruption to the people of the United States. Who is this guy working for? Is he Putin's man or what? I mean, my God, it's kind of sickening. Okay, in the house of career, the 6th house, he gets his North Node in Aquarius. This guy is cold, okay? He came here to do harm to us, and he's not even an American. Well, he might be by now. I mean, maybe he immigrated here, but talk about dirty, okay? And he gets the Knight of Cups. There's some information that's going to come forward about this guy. He's committing. He's saying to us that, yeah, the relationship with your government is over, and I'm here to tell you, but do note that it's not fully developed. It's a knight, not a king. He wasn't in a position to tell us that. He really was not in a position to tell us that. And he shouldn't have told us that, because this man's a lawyer. He knew better. Okay? In his house of partnerships, he gets too personal. Obviously, he is way too personal with us right now, for sure. He got a little too independent. I would say that's the truth, too. and his goals got outside of what is going to be acceptable in the partnership range of the happy family. And boy, do I agree with that. And so, yes, he's the antithesis of what the happy family is. He's the unfamily, okay? And he had his hands all over in this. And oh, this is just, you know, this is a natal chart reading, but this just kind of makes me feel sick. In the eighth house, ruled by Pluto, he's a dark light, okay, and he was looking to put us in a situation where life and death, where we were all in a fight for our lives, and he gets the Five of Pentacles. Yes, for him it was about creating disruption and division within the financial realm, to disrupt the family and the relationships, to create death and birth at will. He doesn't have a right to do that. This guy, he's gross. He needs to be out of office. He is not suitable. And in the ninth house, higher education, he rushes in where others fear to tread. And given that he's from a foreign place, this is not good. He's bold. He's impulsive, okay? And he gets heartbreak. I'm with Denise Siegel. He is going to be charged with a crime. I think as this situation unfolds, and I can actually see it, he's age, right now, I think he's 51, okay? And this chart goes from, or the ninth house of foreign. You can see here where the sun, you come up, and it lines up at age 51. Something in his I am is going to take place. And I'll show you, and I realize that as a reader, it is, the sun is down below, and then you follow it up to the ninth house, and you get about right there. And this is going to go from age 44 to 54. And you can see we're getting towards the end of that. But he's age 51. And there it is. It's coming right up through here. And at this point, some big stuff is getting ready to happen to him in his energy. So, and so where are we? So we're in the 10th house. Okay. And he gets the high office. Something in his mothering in this house. It's as if he relates to the high government as the place that he goes for his nurturing, which is a fairly cold place to show up for nurturing. I mean, or to think that you have something to offer there. It's bizarre, okay? But that's what he gets. And it's temperance. You know, he's pouring from one cup to the next, from one cup to the next. Yes, he is trying to create a situation where he is remaking government, that he has some idea of what government's supposed to be, and it's not the same idea as of those of us who are voting and saying otherwise. I mean, you know, and I don't understand at all why he thinks we want that. I don't, but you know, I mean, who knows? And then the 11th house for secret groups, the coup. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. Yes. Something happened. It's done, and it's basically at its peak, and I would say that that's true. We know that he has come in and he has said, nope, I don't agree that mail-in voting should be allowed. I object. I want to throw away any and all mail-in voting, and he might as well say I want to throw away any and all minority votes that might have not voted Republican. He might as well have just said that, because really what he was saying was that. Okay, in the 12th house. Basically, the protecting, providing, and the unseen. He is a Two of Wands. He was trying to develop a way for himself, probably because he is in trouble with the law, because this administration has stolen money from us, the people. They've mishandled our money. They've mishandled the law. Action needs to be taken, and they know it, and they're fighting with everything they have to keep the action that is proper from being taken. They understand intellectually something else is moving in, that Biden won the presidency, but they're trying to do everything they can to obstruct that, okay? But bad news for them, something new is moving in, a new process is developing, and an old process is ending because they have been caught. And with that being said, I'm going to move the laptop back around. Please do hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And join myself and Pearl Rowland over on www.twiggie.com. And we have several different types of reports. I have natal charts, I have astrology of all types, I have numerology of all types, and we have various teroscopes as an offering. So please do check us out and join me there. And hit the like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for joining me here today.